beginning of turn number 3 for a communist player. We have determined the weather. One digit away from a little bit of rain, so we still have clear skies, which means all air operations will be available. Those units underneath that clear marker are all the communist backlogged reinforcements that cannot come on because their main military complex is right there, surrounded by Contra units. Now we do have a major game update pointed out to me by my opponent. He said something to me about putting units over here. And you can see now, if you've been watching the video at all, we took all the markers over here off because all the Allied victory point hexes are between this marker and that marker. Anything east of that marker gets counted as victory points. Anything here you don't get counted for. So luckily it's only the 3rd turn of the game. But I was eyeballing all these low-hanging fruits. You can see I moved all the markers, all the red block, or the orange and gray blocks. Orange blocks represent airfields that can be captured and ports, and the gray blocks represent supply sources that can be captured, and I get victory points as the Contra player for those. But they all have to be east of this. So all the fighting should have been taking place over here. True, this is a good spot, and that's west of the marker, so we're fine. But this unit here, kind of this unit here, he's helping out with this combat, but mostly this unit here are really doing nothing. So I need to get these guys on back east to where the real fighting is, and the real victory points hexes are. Now my opponent asked me if I wanted to restart, and I said no, that's fine. I mean, I still had some stuff going on here. There's still some major going on, and the only thing I kind of fucked up on was this here and this here, and I still got these important air bases contested because I have had Contra units that are projecting. Oh, you know what though? Oh, I was gonna say, you can only project a zone of control, the brown units with the white stripe, if you have 2 defense factors there. I can see there's another unit underneath there. So if that was only 1 unit there, he wouldn't be projecting a zone of control into the contested air hex. All right, well now another update is we've kind of been changing vlogs and going through the phase track. And for the communist player, all his units were in supply. He's done his reorganization, didn't have no guerrilla attacks. His regular ground unit movement and insurgency movement has taken place. And I'll give you a little update. Every unit turned sideways has moved. So you can see there, he's trying to protect his airbase. He couldn't get any units into the airbase itself, but his turn is not over yet. He still has air movement, so he can bring somebody in by air transport. But there you go. He's gathering around his forces to his threatened spots over here, and he can only do so much. He couldn't get. I think there's maybe 1 unit in this contested air facility, but it's a fortress. It's very hard to impregnate. I'm just putting a zone of control in there that reduces air capacity, air unit capacity that can come out of that airfield. So there you go. He's got some other units coming in here. Like I said, this is his main reinforcement spot, but it's being blocked by my units protecting zones of control in there. So his priorities is to get the zones of control cleared. So that's helping me out a whole bunch because I'm holding up all these units. So other than that, we could do something about getting these units here more into the more into the fighting. And that's about it. We're waiting on his insurgency placement phase. Now he'll be able to place it. He has just 1 unit in his available pool. You can see I have no units. All my insurgency units are on the board. So when we come back, it'll be my opponent's insurgency placement phase. I think that's about it for any updates. But yeah, major update. My victory points come east on the board. All those little spots over here. I thought that was kind of weird. When I had all those blocks over here, that there's no way he can defend them. I guess it was built in this scenario because I was just coming over here grabbing ungarrisoned cities and ports and all that and gonna crank up those victory points. But I don't do that yet. Now on the victory point chart, it does tell you here. Let me show you over here real quick. a lot of these victory points are marked as first time. So the first time I capture them, I get victory points for them. I get those victory points. A lot of these here say turn 12, supply source, village control, and airstrip. They're going to have to be controlled at the end of the game to get victory points for. So the first time I capture these, I get points for airport, town, port, and all that. But they have to be east of this marker. I captured some already over here, but I don't get no victory points for them because, like I said, they got to be east. So a little bit of wasted movement. I don't know if there was too wasted. I was wondering why he wasn't coming after me, but he knew the rules and he just wanted to inform me that, yeah, dude, you gotta, all your victory points come from this side. So there you go. I need to. And as a matter of fact, I was just getting ready to see what kind of victory points I got there, and I did notice that myself. So we are off and running. Nice little weekend, a little bit of gaming time. We'll see if we can get an episode in or a video out. We'll be right back. All right, well, the M19 unit, I guess. Let's see, but yeah, my vision's bad. It's the only insurgency unit available in his pool, and he will attempt to place him. His ungarrisoned airfield here, which is a no-brainer. On all the spots on the map, that'd probably be where I'd place him. It is in an enemy zone of control, but that's not a restriction. We will be looking, I guess that's a forest tax, yeah, it's surrounded by jungle. So we'll be looking on the Central America Communist Player chart. And underneath, ooh, what about that? Forest. He'll get a +1 modifier because it'll be in his home country. And there you go. It's pretty much a gimme. As long as he doesn't get a low number. We'll be back with the vlogged die roll. Alright, his die roll on Vassal was a 2. But he gets a +1, so underneath here under Forest. So that's a 3, so that'll cost him 2 insurgency command points. We'll go down here to the insurgency command point table. Oh. He'll lose 2 of them. Ooh. He's got 4. He's only got 2 more insurgency command points left. So there you go. You can see the restrictions being placed on his insurgency capacity. So there you go. He will be able to garrison this all-important airfield. Or whatever. I think that's called Blue Field or something. Let me see here. We'll get an exact look at his little spot here that he had ungarrisoned that I was trying to threaten. I still have it threatened, but you can see there that's a major airport. It's called Bluefield. There's a city there. He has now garrisoned it with a insurgency unit. That's all well and good for him. We'll be right back. Alright, down in Sandalista, successfully garrisoning Bluefields. Took him a little bit more logistics. 2 insurgency command points instead of 1. We'll put the old insurgency reserve marker on there. If you don't move, he gets to move 2 hexes during the reserve movement portion. Alright, now he also has a put the old marker on there because it's contested, and it has an electronic warfare unit in it, so it's a Air Group 1 and EW. Alright, also on that space we have a anti-aircraft. Now that's supposed to be anti-aircraft guns, I think. It's not a missile, that's a SAM missile, but there is a difference in the symbols. I just didn't get it corrected. Alright, and last but not least, it is a contested air facility or faculty. I still don't know what that word means, or how you pronounce that. Alright, I was absent that day. They taught that, so give me a break. Alright, let me see. That is it for his insurgency placement. It is my turn for aerial counterinsurgency, but I don't know if I want to. He's got all of his air units available. I mean, is it that important to try to lose air units to deliver 3 bombardment points? I don't think so, but that is a definite fight that he was able to garrison that faculty facility or whatever. Alright. First insurgency disbandment phase. Let me send off my vlog on my declining aerial counterinsurgency and see if he wants to disband any units. We'll be back. The vlogs are flying pretty good, and I might come to a little bit of a slowdown, but on the video end of it, it'll be just like that. We'll be back. All right, a decline on the disbanding of any Sandinista insurgency units. And now we're waiting for the vlog update for the communist air mission phase. See what he's got going on here. I also want to make note of he used port movement here, move from port to port, but you can only move 5 hexes. 5 hexes. You couldn't move from port to port, which is kind of, I don't understand that, but yeah, when you leave a port, you can only move 5 hexes down the port. I guess within a certain amount of time, but I'll have to look at the time scale. There you go. When we come back, we'll find out what the communists want to do with the tax. I'm seeing, and like I said, I have no idea, but there's a candidate right there, another candidate here, yeah, maybe a candidate there. What else are we looking at? He's got some units surrounding Contra forces up here. So there you go. I don't think there was any reorganized units, so I don't see any reorganized markers. There was a unit here that should have been reorganized. I don't know why that didn't happen, but we will see. Make sure I got everything right when we got back. Well, I asked my opponent about that, and I could see there that the unit moved, so it can't be organized if it moved or anything. So I guess he just got him out of harm's way. I don't know where he was at. He was probably up here somewhere. Just want to move him back, and I guess he'll try to reorganize and regroup next turn. So if he would have kept him out here and been attacked, he's not that weak though. He still has 2 factors left, but he's flipped over on his 1-step side, so if he took any hits, he'd be eliminated. Okay, that's the story on that. We will be back with the communist air mission phase. Sandinista / communist air mission phase. And we're on it. And we're ready for the first air mission will be from Air Group 2. It's going to consist of that P6 or whatever, I can't, P61 with its 2A in the bottom left for a close air support mission. So he's heading off from Air Group 2. Let's see which one we got there. So he is actually going to take off from this air group here. Now it's contested. Over here under the rules and they're contested. Oh, let's see what he is. He's taking off from Punta Hoyt Airport, or whatever that is, Punta Hoyt Airport. And it's got that down here. That's a maximum of 15 air units can be activated when, for permission, the facility is contested. So like I said, it reduces it some. It was unlimited. Now it has a limitation of 15. Sorry about the dirty fingernails. I was working out in the garden. But yeah, now an airstrip can only have 2, so we got to remember that. But he'll have no problem. He don't even have anywhere near 15 air units there, so he can still launch as many air units as he wants. But they'll be taking off from there, and their ending spot is going to be right here. That air unit will contribute that bottom left number of 2A. That A is its counterinsurgency multiplier. But he will not be performing a counterinsurgency mission. He will just be performing a close air support mission. But he'll be giving the attackers a +2 Dyro modifier in combat. So that is the first air mission. And we'll be back with any more communist air missions. Now, I'm sure there's going to be more, so we'll be back. Now, because this unit here is a 3 hex range, 1, 2, 3, he would have had to have flown out this way to avoid my, well, 1, 2, 3. Oh, he isn't going here, he's going here, so he's right out of my range. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my CIA electronics warfare unit engineers, so they will kind of provide a little bit of a radar for interception. But I don't really have a good intercept. I don't think I have any interception capability. So unless the Hondurans come into the fight, they have some air units that are interceptors. But I just have C-47s that are good for close air support missions and attack helicopters. So I would have been. He's pretty well got air superiority. All right, we'll be back then. Just wanted to fill you in on why I wasn't intercepting him. I really don't have anybody to intercept the Sandinistas, so we'll move on to his next air mission. All right, next air mission from Air Group 2. And there's the unit right there. Let me see if I can zoom in there. SF 260. Looks like it's a old prop driven plane. Slow enough though to provide some close air support. And he will take off from another one coming out of Air Group 2. Look next to Lake Managua. And that's a major airport there. It's a fortress and everything else. They must have a major military complex built by the old-time Soviets. All right, there's where he's taking off from. I will show you where he's placing his close air support mission. All right, air mission marker right there. So we exchange this for another close air support marker. So there's 2 combats for sure. He's got special forces involved in that. No, special forces and paratroops. Well, I don't think the paratroops are a column ship, but those special forces definitely are. All right, we'll be back. All right, this time from Air Group 1. We have a unit moves from the available space to the used space, and it's an A-33 with its 1 combat factor. He is taking off from, I should have had this ready. Press pause. Air Group 1 this time. He'll be taking off from here, and his destination will be this combat down here. There you go. Replace the marker with another close air support mission. All right, well, he's got more air units left. He's got helicopters for transports, for close combat support missions, and a couple more fighters over there. We'll be back. Next one from Air Group 1. It will be the F-51A. Move to the used pile. Coming from Air Group 1. His destination will be right here. There you go. All right. I don't think that's the end of it. Although I do think those are the end of the combats. I'll have to look around, but we'll be right back. All right. That is going to be it for the fixed wing aircraft missions. The next mission is coming down here at old Mitigalpa, the big military complex. They're trying to clear out the area around it so they can bring in reinforcements. But the Hind D Battalion is going into effect. And they're headed for combat with a close combat support mission. So we're moving him. Actually, we're doing it like this. He'll be moved this way on the combat hex. Turn that way means you can still have another movement and close combat. It's close air support. So boys in that hex getting hammered by the Sandinistas. Wow. All right, let's see if there's any more. I think he does have another Hind D somewhere else. We'll have to find out. We have to go to the Vassal log and transport it or bring it on in the board. I got the Vassal game going on in the other room. So we checked it out and we got back. All right, then the other Hind D Battalion over here along the Wawa River. It was a friendly supplied hex. I don't see would be able to be there. They must have just moved out. But anyway, they are moving from there, and he has a short range. His range is that bottom number on the right, 5 hexes. And he is going to also lend himself to combat in this hex here. So deploying as much as they can to clear out the Contras. Contras gonna get hammered this time, looks like. Unlike their offensive, where they petered out. All right, let's see if there's any more. I think that's it for their Hind D battalions. I don't know if they want to transport or anything else. We'll be back. All right, final air mission. We'll call it a video. Taking off from here with the big old transport capability helicopter. And he is moving his units, parachute capable units, regular units. Not a bad unit. Pretty strong for this game. They're moving from there over to. Ooh, where did they move to? Oh, I have to check it out again on the vlog. Let me go to the vlog and look and see on the computer screen where he moved those to. I forgot. We'll be back. All right, then the helicopter will land right here. turn itself sideways and disembark. Some parachute units, they will not paradrop, they will just be transported. Well, I guess it could be paradrop, whatever they can do during the air mission phase. Let me look and see. But that is where they are. Well, that would be it. I'm not sure. We'll check it out with my opponent and find out that is it for the air mission phase. We'll be right back. Alright, I believe that is it. So combat's to come. Number 1, trying to get the units away from his air facility. Although, like we just said, it really isn't shutting them down too much. I think mostly it affects the airstrips or airfields and not the airports. There you go. All kinds of combats coming up when we come back with the next video. And we'll call this one a vid. When we come back, it will be the all-important Sandinista ground combat phase.